Life is really a journey, bro. I just been learning that life is full of ups and downs. But one thing I've been learning is you gotta accept the ups and accept the downs too. Cause if we never have downs, we would never know how good the ups or how sweet the ups really is. And I'll be the first to tell you, I had some of the worst downs ever in my life. I'm talking about I done been through some of the things that will make people fold, or some of the things that will make people just want to give up. And it was times where I wanted to give up too, but I learned the lesson from young. And the lesson I learned from young was, whenever I go through something that's devastating or a loss, instead of soaking in it or soaking in my losses, I learn from my losses. And I ask myself, what can I do so next time I can become better? So next time I won't feel like this. So next time I can avoid this. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that right there taught me that I don't have to sit in every single pain and just try to ignore it or be the person that just, sitting and be like, why me? I'm not the why me person. It's either I'm gonna learn from it, like, what did I do wrong? All right, I did this, that, and the third wrong. So next time I'm gonna do this, that, and the third better. Like, I went through a recent situation. I went through a situation where a couple years, probably 2023, it started back then, where I was living with family and I wanted to leave real bad because I knew I couldn't grow in that environment. So I kept thinking that Atlanta was the place that I wanted to go. So, I manifested Atlanta, and I made enough money and I left and got an apartment in Atlanta. But once I got out there, the vibe wasn't right. Like, I just knew Atlanta wasn't for me. So I wanted to leave, but I didn't want to leave right away. I wanted to create a plan, but it was no plan. It was just like everything was just crumbling. So I said, all right, it is what it is. I took a step and I came right back to New York. When I came back to New York, to my family crib, it was worse than it was before. So now being that it was worse than it was before, I mean, the environment was worse, the people I was around was worse, everything was trying to mentally throw me off my game, and I realized that. So me realizing that, I realized that I had to make a choice. My choice was either I stay there and I try to fight through that and grow through that, or I make the decision to go to the shelter and kill my pride and just things of that nature, where I'm putting myself, or I felt like I was putting myself in another down. And really it wasn't a down. All that was lessons. I realized that now, that every single step I took was lessons. Me wanting to grow and go to Atlanta to get my own apartment for the first time, get my own first apartment, and failing at that, and going back to my family and realizing that that's not where I want to be, and putting myself in another, with so-called, or mentally, with some people would think would be a down, and going to the shelter to better myself, because I didn't want to be where I was before. Because if I didn't learn from them losses, I wouldn't know how to fully appreciate my wins. And that was the blessing that I learned through all of them losses. That whenever I win, I had to learn how to appreciate it. And appreciate it in the sense of, as soon as I got to Atlanta, I wanted to work. Instead of taking the time out to appreciate what I had built or I made, I got for myself, and learning what I did to get there and to build on expanding that. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like it came so easy. Like when life is just feel like it's being handed to you, you tend to forget and how to appreciate every win. Once you start forgetting how to appreciate every single win, you start to look at it like you start to lose gratitude. That's what it is. You start to lose gratitude. And once you start to lose gratitude for your wins, it feel like it's easy, and life just got a way of showing you like it can get hard. It can get hard. You get what I'm saying? So appreciate every win while you win it. Appreciate every single win. And that's why some downs are blessings in disguise, because they show you how to appreciate, be grateful, and take care of your wins. Because if I never lost my crib in Atlanta, I wouldn't know how to take care of where I'm at now. If I didn't go through certain things when I came back in New York and thinking that, oh, I'm losing people, friends, and everything from my past, I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't appreciate myself more. I wouldn't be more grateful for who I am. I wouldn't be more thankful and take care of me more. So stop looking at your losses as just losses and soaking in them. Look at them as blessings in disguise, and become more appreciative, grateful, and take care of your wins. You know what I'm saying? Because although I went through a rough patch for a few years, I'm thankful for it, because it taught me how to be grateful for everything. Because I remember it was times I was praying for this. I remember when there was times I was praying for this, for what I have right now. So I learned that you gotta just be grateful. Be grateful for every win, because I wasn't grateful when I went to Atlanta. I was a little thankful, but I wasn't grateful for what I did. Like, I didn't fully understand what I did. And when you're not that grateful for what you did or for your win, it feel like, I can't explain it. It's more like a feeling of, it's more a feeling of not, when you're not appreciative of what you have done, right? Yeah, I'm catching like a brain fog. Fuck it, I'm gonna push through this. When you're not appreciative of what you have done before in the past, or when you're not appreciative of what you've done, you don't take care of what you have. You don't nourish it. You don't build on top of it, because you feel like, all right, I got my goal, so I'm good now. I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever get to that point where you feel like you're comfortable in where you at, or you comfortable with just winning all the time, that you forget to be grateful for your wins. You know what I mean? And another thing I learned is, losses or downtimes don't mean stop. Sometimes it means take a break or reassess the situation. Your losses or down, when everything feel like it's crumbling and you feel like you're going through the worst times of your life, that don't mean stop. What that means is sometimes you gotta just take a break. Step back from everything for a while. Reassess yourself first and reassess everything else outside of yourself that you're working on. But the first thing you gotta reassess is yourself. Take a step back, look at the situation for what it is. Where can I get better? How can I get better? Stop looking at the losses like, oh, this mean that I shouldn't do this. Follow your vibe. If your vibe saying right now, I gotta take a break, but I'm gonna get back to this later, get back to it later. Don't just fall short or quit on it because it's not working now. No. Sometimes you gotta just take a break. And that's what I'm learning. That's sometimes my losses mean just take a break, reassess everything. Every single thing, every step you was taking, reassess it. Try to get a better understanding of what you did wrong, of what made you fall short, and how can you get better. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like life will teach you, but only if you pay attention to what went wrong and how to fix it, instead of what went wrong and soaking it. Life will teach you. If you pay attention to what you go through, it's trying to teach you something. And life is always trying to teach you something. I feel like me going through all of that made me realize that I can go through things and get through it. I can go through things and get through it. And get better, actually. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go through things and get better, and whenever anything bad happens, it's usually for my higher good. Anything bad that happens to me is usually turns out to be for my higher good. Somewhere down the line. So, instead of looking and say, oh man, why me? Stop thinking why me. Stop feeling why me. Start thinking, what can I do to fix this? How can I right my wrong? How can I right my wrong? Alright, I went to Atlanta and it didn't work out. I came back out here, I want to do this. Alright, I know where I messed up at in Atlanta, so I'm not gonna mess up this time this way, that way. Or I'm not gonna mess up no way. I'm gonna be more appreciative. I'm gonna start looking at everything from every single angle that I can fail and dot my I's and cross my T's. So I make sure that I won't fail. How can I be better? That's the main question you should always keep asking yourself when you're going through downs. And the last one is, every time I was at my lowest, I always find a way to crawl out the hole. I'm saying that learn from the downs and appreciate the ups, man. Every single time I thought I was down and out for the count, I'm down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, get up on 9. And when I get up on 9, you ever seen the Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder fight, how he got up and then he was better than he was in the last couple of rounds? That's how my life felt like. And that's how I feel like. Every time I go through something that's like supposed to teach me or other people will crumble from, I take a step back and I learn from it. Because the only permanent loss is death. And I ain't dead yet. So while I'm still here and I'm learning from my losses, I'm appreciating my wins. Because I love how my wins make me feel. I love that I worked hard on myself to get here. I worked hard on myself to put me in some high ups and to lessen my downs too. Cause life is going to always go up and down. It's about seasons. Winter season, spring season, summer season, fall season. You get what I'm saying? And when you in your winter, just take a step back and reassess yourself. So when you get into your spring, you know you planting the right seeds. You planted the right seeds in the winter. You reassessed yourself. You planted the right seeds in the winter, and now springtime coming, you eating some good fruit. And that's how you should look at it. Don't let life drag you to the point where you feel like you can't do it no more. Always learn from your lessons. And that's what I've been doing. Just learning and moving forward and letting every day be a learning process instead of letting every day be just a day. Nah, what did I do today that I could do better? Or what did I do today that I could add into my tomorrow to make my tomorrow better? Or what did I do today that I gotta remove tomorrow so I can make my tomorrow better? And that's just a couple of questions I ask myself when I'm going through my downs, man. Or my ups. So, with all that being said, it's your boy Daz, and this my journal. It's another journal entry right here. And I'm out. Peace.